All right, folks, hello. Welcome back for Game 3 between PG.Barracx and TNC Predators. Apologies for the slight delay and the draft being so far in. Those ads ran on a little bit longer than expected.
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Speaking of tinies, there is a tiniest draft. There is, for the most, a completely different draft to the first and second game.
I mean, these both teams are just going into the game 3 with a completely different approach. I think TNC, yeah, they're not going with that bounty hunter this match, but even if they did, if they had like a bounty mid or something, I would be fine with it, because everything else in their lineup, oh, Enigma into a Brubik, all right. Anyway, what I want to say, that TNC with their lineup right now are going to be looking at a lot of pressure, and they're going to be just strong enough to actually go out of that laning stage and into the mid game with force, right? Because in that last game you had the bounty, but you had nothing to really accompany him with, right?
Yeah, and this time around TNC have stupid amounts of early aggression, right? With the way Chen functions now with a Phantom Assassin, those crits are going to be pretty big, and now having the Slardar as well.
Yeah, you have the Slardar Phantom Assassin with the Amplify. Yeah, you have the ult, but you can't use your ulti if you die from one hit. It's too fast. So at the same time, Barracx with this Enigma, Enigma is a weird one. Enigma, yeah, he's playing versus Rubik, and he's playing versus Chen. So Helm of Dominator isn't really great on you versus Chen, and at the same time, Black Hole isn't great for you versus Rubik. So it is a weird Enigma build. Weird Enigma build is gonna have to be in this game. He's gonna have to get like Crimson or Greaves or something like that. He's gonna have to adapt to the game, like the old school Enigma ways in which you just build utility. If you go just Blink and BKB, I think you're gonna have a lot of problems. And now you have Puck versus you too. So overall, I don't know. I feel like Enigma is a really happy Enigma. This guy used to play Leshrac, right?
Yeah, he's playing Leshrac the last 2 games.
Yeah, so this is a support Enigma.
Well, I thought so, right? With the picks. The thing that I'm concerned about is you said he's going to have to go Guardian Greaves or something that way. But if this is a mid Pango, oh yeah, it's not. No, this is. Hold on.
Yeah, this is mid Tiny, safe lane Troll. Pango is going to be on the off lane. Tusk and Enigma are going to be the supports. So I mean, I like this from Barracx, because picking Enigma like this and then rolling her on offlane would, I mean, versus Chen and versus Rubik, there's not a single item build that you can go for that actually works out. So you would have to crush that laning stage and just, I don't know, get Greaves, Crimson, something like that. I mean, Crimson is really great for you this match, but I'm happier that Enigma is a position 4 or 5 instead. Most likely that 4.
Yeah, less pressure on what happens if you screw up your ultimate, but the other thing I'm looking at here is does Pangolier go for something like Guardian Greaves this game due to the puck?
I mean, you can, sure. You go for the same build. You go Elstrom in Greaves or Yules. Last few games he went Yules, so I suspect he might go for that again. But Greaves is definitely an option for you. It's really good this match.
How does the Pangolier versus Phantom Assassin lane match up, by the way? Do you think that's Pangolier favored with the new disarm?
I mean, it depends who you have with the PA. I guess the Pango definitely doesn't struggle too hard versus PA. He should be fine. So with the new +4 damage and with the Swashbuckle and the Lucky Strike, Lucky Shot, he should be quite fine versus PA. At the same time, it just depends what duel lanes they set up.
Well, we'll have to see how they want to run this. Game 3 between the sides of TNC Predators and Barracx. It's coming down to the line in this game to see who's going to go through to the upper bracket, who's going to face off against the other side. I believe the other side of the bracket right now, we've got Genuine Gaming and 496 Dota playing, so we're waiting to see who wins, who becomes the victor out of that one as well.
We have a smoke from Barracx. They smoked up, they want to ward with the smoke. This Tiny is going to be mid as expected. Pango is going to go offlane with the Enigma. Enigma is just going to be looking at denying creeps and keeping the lane back so that he can farm.
You know, that's the approach. Notice that Tiny's been trying to blend in and be a TNC member, by the way. He's got Predator after his name. Notice this. Sneaky.
Yep.
You're gonna make them. It's the mind games, Liz, because you look at him, you go, oh, he's got Predator. Oh, he's one of our guys. And then you go, wait, guys, we never We never hired a guy called Azure.
They are S3 on top. The problem with this is Enigma doesn't really do a whole lot on the runes. The other two do, like Tiny and Pango are pretty strong, so maybe because of that they'll be able to contest this bounty, but I'm not certain. Enigma is just useless here. You can just soak up the damage. That's it.
There you go. He's already putting a demonic conversion. I was about to say, you can't level Malphus here. If you do, you lose the start of the lane.
No,
really badly.
You lose the game if you... Game. Like, then what are you doing? Your whole point of is gone. Like, the only reason this Enigma is good in the laning stage on top lane is because of this. He's gonna convert the creeps and get Godlike to have a decent lane, and lane equilibrium is gonna be in his favor. If Enigma takes Malphus, you're just done.
Definitely a good feeling, and as a result of that, it's gonna be 2 runes apiece actually coming out here. As we did see Spaceman sneak in and steal one.
This bot lane can go either way, by the way. This lane is super volatile. Like, you have the Chen with Divine Favor, bashes, but then again you have the Tusk with Tag Team and Ifrit Strong. It's quite hard.
Have to see how it goes. I said the tag team can do a lot here, especially if you start getting your hands on attack speed. This is our levels though, and Cuckoo taking too much damage, turns around Spaceman, getting pretty low. They'll get the first blood, and Cuckoo can move away.
In fact, he's got a bash, another stun.
There it is. Stun's going to be there. Ifrit going to be ran down, throws out the one axe to slow him down, and Cuckoo will back up. He does have the salve to work with, and he can use it.
Yeah, this is a huge victory for TNC. And I told you, like, this lane can go either way, and now Chen.
It is. AU's in trouble. Cuckoo, they're going to move across. Can't actually bash anyone. Can't really do anything.
He's going to bash someone soon. There we go.
He bashes the creep. He asserts creep dominance.
There we go. He's going to stun Spaceman now again. Look at that bash.
Definitely think he could have got that creep and bashed him, but, you know, forces Spaceman away. He has got plenty of tangos and a salve to work with, though. He's a beefy boy. Need more top lane.
Seen a lot of Slardar cores have we recently. It's not really...
No, it's...
Troll?
It's kind of weird how it doesn't get picked much. I mean, I guess against Troll it's pretty problematic, right? Due to the mischance.
It is. Like, this isn't the easiest lane for Slardar. Even though with Chen it kind of works in his favor, at least it has worked so far. Troll basically just needs to use Whirling Axes, but...
Troll won't get a chance to use Whirling Axes. He will get a chance to die, though.
He has a port at least, so there's that, but overall it's not great for the Troll, definitely. You have to save those Whirling Axes when one tries to bash you. It's a good play because he's gonna keep on trying to bash you and you're just gonna trade hits favorably. And this is so good for Cuckoo. He's gonna port back and now they can just resummon him. Such a good thing that Chen has that ability.
That was kind of one of the reasons that Ember and Kunkka were growing in popularity at certain points, right? Is this ability to just have instant regen back to lane presence. And then
kind of summoned him a bit too soon. He didn't even get half of mana back.
Yeah, he got most of it in the end. It's all good.
Yeah, he's fine.
I think I'm really concerned about Spaceman right now, though. He seems to be wandering around aimlessly, and now he might find purpose.
But he should be fine. Yeah, he's fine.
He's too slow, though. Like, look at this move. 3-0-3. Spaceman, he's going for a stick. He's not even going for boots first.
Yeah, he's going to have a snowball or shards now to work with, but you see Slardar is saving up those charges. Oh, he actually used them. All right.
Yeah, think about going in, but Tusk, he can't stay in range for the tag team. Nice route coming out from Ifrit to make sure there's no pursuit.
Right, this lane is super fun. That's why we're watching.
Yeah, like you look at top right. Rubik's just defensive. Huppy's going to keep some aggression up. No one should really die in this top lane.
The lanes aren't nearly as fun. If you guys want to watch some other lanes, go into Dota TV and watch them. This bottom lane is where all the fun is at.
Stop taking the viewers away.
I mean, Enigma is just going and eating creeps and moving away from top. That's
what a wonderful experience. Oh, there they go. Tim's comes across and just fade bolts occasionally to make sure he can't farm. There you go, guys. You got everything you need to know about the other lanes. Mid is everyone's low, no one's dying. This is very, very tranquil for a game with no tranquils.
Yeah, actually doing quite fine mid versus the Tiny. He's actually winning the CS battle, which is really good by Armel. But whenever I watch these SCA games, Armel wins mid versus any teams. So.
He's pretty spooky. Cuckoo chasing on this tower here. Couldn't get the bash though. If it saved that Whirling Axes this time, he kept mana.
They might dive him because Tusk is mid and he has three Bash of the Deep stacks. Divine Favor is off cooldown though, so they need it.
Thinking about it. Cuckoo is lingering. He has got a big
Mid
fat
lane,
stick
though.
to charge out. No, they can't catch. Armel?
Sir.
Oh, he's going for Tiny. He's going to move in. Decides against going forward on the orb. That would have been a kill. But he was concerned about the toss.
I'm not certain. There's a toss and there's a fairy fire on Puck, but I don't know. Maybe
I think you get it, but maybe you die afterwards.
Bottom lane?
No, they're trying to go in, but they can't again. They had the sprint on cooldown. They have got the bash primed, but so far, Ifrit, he's reading these moves pretty well. After his initial death, he refuses to die anymore.
Yeah, he just saves the rolling axes, but saving those rolling axes have allowed him to get some farm.
But now, this is the concerning point, is when you get this low on mana, you're going to hold those one charges so you can throw out one rolling axe. But you can't use the farm, and if you can't use the farm, you're gonna find yourself falling behind Cuckoo here. At least that's how it definitely feels. Right now in the top lane, they're trying to pursue. They're like just trying to keep up the aggression, but Gabby keeps thinking about turning around. But they've always got to be worried about the swashbuckling.
Cuckoo gets
they're going in.
Low, but might be trolling problems.
Uh-oh. Stunned up. Chen gets involved. Troll trying to go to work on it. Gonna get him low. The bash comes out. Cuckoo, no, he gets greedy. Why did you go in for that hit? You could have just walked away.
No, he could have killed him. He had Slitherine Crush to.
Oh my god.
It actually went off cooldown. He just needed to crush and then hit, and the troll is dead. But instead, he goes back, then he goes in for the right click. And that's the power of troll versus Lardar. Yeah, you have the stacks to work with, but you can't get those stacks because you're missing him all the time. So well played by Ifrit nonetheless. He gets ganked by a Chen and then he kills two of them. He kills the Slardar, sorry, so it's pretty good.
Definitely not how TNC envision this lane, considering you are, for the most, in a 1-on-2 scenario. In fact, now they bring down the Rubik as well. They want to try and punish Ifrit, but he's playing super defensive right now.
Yeah, I think they realized PA is super fine on top on her own. So they bring the Rubik bottom as well. They want to take this tower, they have the catapult on Chen, and they're going on this troll. Puck is here too now with the recall.
Locks in place. Ifrit doesn't have level 6. Look how close he is. He just needs one creep, but he won't be able to find it. And he was... Oh my god. 5 gold. Is that 5 XP off, I think? Wow. That's a sad life for a troll. I think if he has the battle trance there, he can actually stave them off, and reinforcements can come in as well. Instead, you lose your tier 1 bot, and you're not really finding anything in return. A little bit of chip damage on the mid, but that's it. Oh no. On-point rotation coming out from TNC. Oh, this truce of sorts continues in the top lane. Who's the real victor here? Is it maybe the Pangolier because he's going to get a farming item much quicker than the PA?
I'm not certain. PA overall hasn't done way too badly on that top lane, considering he was playing versus an Enigma and creeps were denied away from him all the time.
Oh,
still
AU. AU more like AO. They're going to find him. They get his creep. They're going to get him as well. Fairy Fire won't keep him alive. Nice rotation coming out. Chen was being pretty aggressive though. Punished accordingly.
He was very deep there.
Oh, the real victor of the way these lanes have played out so far is definitely Armel. Almost 4k net worth now. Pretty far ahead of the Tiny. And going for more ganks. The bot lane. Trying to move in. Cuckoo gets low and falls.
Barracks are finding these pickoffs. It is some space for the PA on top lane, but Pango is being very, very careful about his positioning. He realizes there's multiple heroes on this top lane.
Not a friendship you want to. They actually... Can they get him though? They got level 2 Wayne and Rift. I think they have the burst, right?
They can get him with the ring coil. He can't spin out, so...
There we go. Interrupt him. Get across. They can just Wayne and Rift him up. Make sure he can't do anything as he falls. Azure trying to turn around for kill on Armel. Gets down to half HP. Tossed up in the ice shards. Blocks his escape. Needs to buy a little bit of time so he can lose your other way. And it should just be enough. They try and pursue, but they can't catch up. They'll heal him up the Divine Favor. Chasing on the AU. Snowball forward. will get on top of him, but they don't have a tag team anymore. And struggling with these changes to that hero. The mana requirements are a little bit too crippling for Tusk at the moment. Him a lot harder to validate. Meanwhile, AU with his clarity running will be interrupted. They can't get close enough though. There's the tag team coming out. Silence onto them though. Swashbuckle through. Roll and Thunder interrupted. The move back. Tim's just trying to escape here. Godlike wants to chase through here. We'll be able to lock onto the Rubik and he will fall. Gets pushed down the low ground, but he's dead. Gonna be a double kill for the Tiny. Armel just looks on helplessly.
So far, what do you think? Who has an edge coming out in stage back mid?
I think maybe it's going to be Barracx just because of the aggression that the Pangolier can apply, right? The PA isn't going to want to fight for quite a while, whereas Pangolier is this type of hero with the items he builds. He just goes and fights really quickly, right?
Enigma top lane.
Oh, they're going to catch on him. Dreamcore's going to be there. Huffy. Throw down the Midnight Pulse, but the Silence a little bit too much. Armel is making these rotations work. Snowball saves the day, though. Silence coming out. Pog taking a lot of damage here. They will get Enigma, but Armel needs to move away. Illusion Orb comes off cooldown, and he'll be able to escape, but just barely. In the meantime, Azure with a DD. Moving in, looking on to Gabby next. Going to toss him up on the spot. Swashbuckle through, disarms him. There's the Silence as well. No!
Oh, Silence!
He was just about to Phantom Strike away.
That was so unfortunate for that PA. And he was just about to blink out and he gets silenced on the next hit from Pango. The swashbuckle, the silence, the arm, next hit, silence.
It's just the swift wrist action of Godlike there. You see that like the flick and you know it's going to happen mid Phantom Strike animation. That is...
Is this Mask of Madness coming from Slardar?
Yes, it is. Right. We don't talk about it. It is.
It's interesting approach. Definitely Cuckoo wants to be the one that farms a ton on the side of TNC. He wants to be just farming. With that Mask of Madness, you can get your bashes faster, right? You can
screw the missed chances, right? Okay. You're increasing your amount of hits. You're probably going to bash them.
He switched into Vlad's. I mean, this is a much more common build. The utility build that's going to allow you to go from the laning stage and into the mid game in a more comfortable way, in a way that's going to actually benefit your team. We'll see if he sticks with Vlad's. I'd rather see Vlad's than Mask of Madness in any case, though.
I bet the Mom win rate in pro games for Slardar is better than the Vlad's win rate. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah, because it's probably there's probably just snowball games where they do it.
Yeah, it's snowball games in which you're winning anyway and you're just trolling. Yeah.
See? Like technically I'm correct. The best kind of correct.
Yeah, technically you're correct, but you're missing a few points there. Some details you are.
What I'm doing is I am manipulating the facts. Yeah. This is how
fake
you become
news.
president of the USA.
This is fake
so.
news.
Yeah, good old fake news. I feel like if Bulldog ran for president, he would have fake news instead of runes.
Yeah, sure.
Becomes a whole theme as good old Henrik tries different things in life.
Wait, he bought Gloves of Haste.
Wait, is he going to help? Like,
no,
okay.
Buy this. Like, he's like, screw you guys, and your Vlads, and your utility, I'm gonna carry this game. I'm gonna get myself some Midas.
And a mega slap some creeps. This is better than the Mom, right? Because you've got your attack speed anyway.
Well, he might slam this Tiny on top if he's not careful.
Oh, he wants it. And Azure, he doesn't quite realize how surrounded he is right now. Syl's going to come out, just gets the tree though. Stun isn't there, and there's the Dream Core follow-up. Azure locked in place, but Huppy is there with the level 60. He wants to get into the black hole. Toss forward, they're going to be able to set it up. No, black hole under one target. They already killed the secondary. And Cuckoo, is he going to get away? Malphus will slow him down. It's not going to slow him down enough though. Cuckoo in the river, running forward. Toss on. Whirling Axes come out. Cuckoo, they need to hit. Yes, they get it. He almost sidestepped the Whirling Axes, but not quite.
I mean, that was so bad from Rubik, the way he lifted him, but it's level 1 lift, right? It is, so he doesn't really have a lot of time to work with, sadly for him.
Nah, needs more levels in the Arcane Supremacy. Snowball in onto that Rubik. Tim's going to be slowed down and just punched up in the air. When he comes down, he won't have a pulse.
If they manage to lift him back, that's a triple stun there on Tiny, and maybe they can take him down before comes in, but Tiny just survives avalanches. And
they want to punish this. Spaceman has no mana. It's going to go down. They'll be able to get him. Mel does get the final touch. Gabby, no. Gabby, it was a deceitful crit. Did you see how pathetic it was?
Yep, I mean TNC, they're definitely building for the late game again. Even though I thought that with this setup of heroes, they're gonna be looking at crushing the enemy after the stage. They aren't truly. They bought the Midas on Slardar. Again, they weren't satisfied with how the laning stage went, I suppose, and they're building Battle Fury on PA. So they're just gonna be looking at completely dominating later on. Once they get their items, once they get their timings. They do have the puck to just run across the map at this point and just create a lot of space.
I think the bigger concern is how much quicker Troll will have a Battle Fury though, right?
So Troll is farming really well. Midas on Enigma, you have the Pango that's farming, you have the Tusk with a 90 gold per minute talent. I mean, I don't think Barracx scales poorly. The only thing is, like, how much is this Enigma going to be able to do versus a Rubik? That's always...
Speaking of Rubik, they put down a ward, they'll spawn him out, the shards lock him in, you get the Silver Wars punch, but it won't really achieve anything.
Even that tree tossed into his face as he's dying there.
Screams fetch and realizes he's killed the poor dog. Now they'll push for this tier 2 top. Nothing really stopped them. They're set up on the high ground, so TNC just have to let this go. Armel, meanwhile, in the mid lane, trying to find something. Glyph will be activated. The double car is pushing. Still, while the tier 1 is valuable to get, losing your tier 2 like this early, just opens up your jungle in an easy way that they can then take the tier 1 mid. What's the move for TNC? Like, what do they have to do next, right? Because there's a lot of pressure on Puck to just make plays constantly, right?
If you're TNC right now, I think you're just casually split pushing and farming. That's what you're doing. You're not trying to fight them. You have the Midas, you have the Puck to outpush the waves all the time. The Battle Fury on PA is, well, not nearly there. He needs like 1,000 gold more.
Meanwhile, on the line of Troll, he just needs 250 gold more. A decent difference as well. I mean, Gabby does have this safe fallback zone, but he can't farm his main jungle. Now in the top lane, they're going forward. Black Hole does come out enough, and Huppy, I don't know if that was the move.
Tiny.
They might find more though. As your turn around on, but he's gonna just toss up in the air. Cuckoo down to half HP. Gets in range of the shrine. If it wants to play, the Dream Caller 2 gonna get Tiny down to half HP with the crit. Just running through. There's gonna be a slithering crush there. Cuckoo locks him in place. Ifrit with the Battle Trance activated, but the batch comes out. Gonna be turned around and Corrosive Haze is there. Gabby looks to move away. They're just kiting him out. Wait for the Battle Trance to end so they can end his life. They'll chase forward for more. They lose your orb in the perfect place. Spaceman's been spotted. They'll go for the TP away, but guess what? Surprise! Bashed up and dead.
Yeah, I think that Black Hole usage there really hurt them, and Tiny wasn't around to help them with that kill. He was actually around Chen, but he didn't get the Chen before he recalled I believe it was Puck as well. So overall, a really messy fight by Barracx. Even though I still think they are stronger right now in the game, they could have played that a lot better.
You're going to experience about 140 seconds of pressure now, right? Without the Black Hole in line, just look at Cuckoo's positioning. He doesn't care anymore. He'll go where he chooses.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think the Black Hole was really the big issue for TNC before, as they do have that Rubik that just steals it or forces them to use it on him. Now they have the big issue for them that fight is that Tiny did not have that blink, which he does have now. So he's going to be able to find those solo pickoffs instantly. He can burst down a Rubik or Chen per se at the start of the fight. So if that would be a really great opening for them to start these fights. But now it looks like TNC are on the prowl.
Well, they want to find something. They have the mobility. The initiation is on their side, really, with the double blink.
Yeah, they have the blink on the Puck. What the Slardar too, so yeah.
Surprise time.
Oh, here we
They're going to spot them. They're going to move in. Slivering Crush comes out. One kill found already. Tusk is dead. Loser all through. Going to pursue for more. Upbeat just trying to move away. And tossed up with the spot. Almel taking a lot of damage. Recall does go down. We'll look to move away. Getting low with the Abyss Root. And now they're locked on the spot. Can they move up though? It's on the high ground. A loser all through.
It's hard.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's next to a shrine.
Azir going in. Going to toss one back. It says, if you're not going to come to us, we'll come to you. And we'll force you to come to us. A will go down. The Hand of God not doing enough. The buyback's going to be in from Chen. Oh, Slivering Crush connects on the 2. Looking for the kill here. Can they get on Azir? Down to half HP. Royal Thunder's there, though. The big problem is the Royal Thunder, right? They can't play into these choke points.
It's very difficult for them to go here uphill unless Chan is thrown uphill. Oh, Puck.
Puck, silent stop. Got the opportunity to move away now, but tossed on the spot. Lose drove out. They're looking to chase. Godlike forgot that there's a wall in the way though.
He's super fine there. Gets out. Makes them use that Rolling Thunder. Not really the longest cooldown ever, but good play by Armel to waste some of their time.
You still get the tower regardless. They might look towards Roche afterwards as well. The Dream Cool and cooldown. Do you risk it against the Slardar though? Good, but looking right now, and I think the big issue for them is there's no Vlads, right? Yeah, no one has the Vlads.
So their fights, you don't have a lot of sustain in these fights. You don't have that armor or the lifesteal to work with, right? So.
Meanwhile, on the side of TNC, they already have plans for it. You can see Slardar build into it. He'll have it next 2-3 minutes. Probably even sooner. And then I think you can just pound away at Barracks, right? With the damage the PA is going to have soon. And that lifesteal.
It can really go either way until the BKBs. I think a big power spike for TNC is once Gabi gets that BKB, as they won't be able to blow him up that easily, and he won't be controlled by any of these heroes unless it's a black hole. So I think they might just wait for that, TNC, and keep a creep inside the pit so they see if Troll tries to sneak it. A similar thing can be said about Ifrit and his BKB, so a big power spike for either one of these teams is going to be who gets that BKB first, right? Get that BKB first and instantly strike, either into the Roche pit or into a kill. And Rubik on bottom lane,
he's in trouble.
Gonna be he's so close to that.
There's nothing he can steal though. Like,
well, he can get some.
He can go melee mode.
Sadly for him, he didn't get that Blink Dagger. He was like 100 gold away.
Very unfortunate. They're going to try and get this tier 1 in the top lane in the meantime. TNC are just trying to stem the control Barracks have around that Roche pit in preparation. I feel like TNC, you said they can farm if they want to, but they do feel like they want a 5-man soon, right? With the potential damage output you have with a Phantom Assassin and a Slardar in that mid game. Attempt on the Puck's life. Gets the illusion all the way though. And they did at least deny the tower. What's the next big move? I mean, you got the Echo Saber pickup now for the Tiny. I'm not sure if he has enough damage to kill the Puck alone still though.
No, I think Puck still escapes. Phase ships after and escapes. He needs an additional hero to help him out. It is a Puck with Veil and 2 nulls, so it's quite tanky.
Pretty easy target for Azure this game. I feel like Chen's the only one he can get.
Chen or Rubik, I guess, right? Rubik does have that Blink Dagger now, though. Top lane, Black Hole.
Oh, goes in, but Armel is going to be fine. Should be able to escape this. Blinks forward. He's got the Illusion Orb to work with in 2. He's trying to slow him down the Dream Core, but the roots come out. He needs to actually go invis. He'll get away with the Illusion Orb. Pings come out. They're chasing Spaceman moving. His stunt's going to be there. Armel, he's out of life. Out of time. He's going to fall. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're pursuing in. Won't find a 4-star Godlike. Cuckoo can't lock him down. He's the slithering away. We'll be able to get out the sprint, but pursuing forward. Godlike. No procs coming out on AU. He could just keep walking away.
Yeah, sadly, I think Carmel had to blink the way he did.
Lazio just blinked in. Gabby activates the BKB. He's going to go in. Godlike taking a lot of damage. Can they get him down? Yes, they can. The Fade Bolt through is enough. They force the buyback out of Puck. Now, can they find more? Cuckoo in the river. He says, fun time. Let's go. Stuns up, and Tiny is dead. Azure might not be the only one, though. They can chase forward looking for more. If it's the target, they blink forward. The bash comes out, and now the Corrosive Haze is on him. No Slithering Crush available, though. Going to move in. There's a Warriors Punch. Locks him in the spot. Snowball through. Tim's going pretty deep here. Wants to find a target, but he'll just give his life. I'm not sure that was needed either.
It was because Rubik had lift, and if Tusk does not go in, Troll definitely dies as they lift him and move back. So I think the only reason why Troll survives is because Tusk went in like that. If he didn't, they would catch that Troll 100%. So overall, though, they just go into the pit and take it, and that's another buyback. TNC are really good about putting these heroes that can die to die and then buying them back and fighting. It was a perfect opportunity for them as well, as they had the BKB that we talked about before Troll had his, and that BKB is going to come to Troll now. But now you're playing versus Aegis. Now you're playing versus this.
Good luck with it. Yeah, BKB just to run away. Ifrit cannot hang around because that bash was primed.
yeah, they instantly force the BKB out, and that's super valuable for them.
I'm glad that they actually didn't go for that Death Slayer. They went for the BKB first on the PA, because you mentioned the troll and how big it was going to be for him. And part of that was to do with the fact that Gabby would be missing.
Of course, they had to get that BKB. They had to get it on PA. Both of these teams, they needed that BKB before anything else after the battle. It was very obvious. The team that gets that BKB basically wins that first engagement is in a huge advantage. And that's what happened to TNC. They just got there a little bit faster.
Both teams had the same focus, right? Like that move mid was all based around getting the Roche bit, right? Like that was the focus.
Yeah.
And
My only problem with Barracks and their itemization is Enigma with the next item BKB. Like, you're gonna be able to blink in and BKB and Black Hole. That's true, but there's still nothing stopping Rubik from stealing it. So you're effectively itemizing with Midas and BKB just to be able to use that Black Hole, but that Black Hole is still gonna be most likely stolen and interrupted. So meanwhile, you have this Rubik that really does do a lot for his team. He has the telekinesis, the Fade Bolt, the Spell Steal. So it feels like Enigma, they picked her into this though. They picked her into these heroes. So they had a plan, but it's not working out well so far.
Instead, they're just falling more and more behind. While it's only a 4k net worth lead for TNC right now, the real concern is how much that is on Gabby. Being ahead of a troll, this is the type of matchup, whichever carry has the gold lead will win those fights. Right? Like, it's not like the Juggernaut matchup where you have to be an item ahead. You can be equal on gold, and through this mid game, there's still an advantage to the Phantom Assassin.
I mean, these both teams still have to play their team fights properly and win them. Just win them, lol. You know, it's
just hit your spells, you know?
Yeah, just use your spells. It's a bit easier said than done, but I think what's important is that it's a little bit easier for TNC than it is for Barracks. Because Barracks, they actually have to think about the way they approach these fights. They have to think about who they're catching with the Black Hole. They can't waste the Black Hole. They have that Black Hole on a really long cooldown, so you can't really just throw it around. Well, if you're TNC, you kind of poke and prod. You jump in, you Slithering Crush, you steal some spells, you know, whatever. If you don't win a fight, if you don't get a kill, it doesn't really matter. Rinse and repeat. For Barracks, there's no rinse and no repeat. If you fail once, you're gonna be crushed.
Oh, yeah. If you don't execute properly, you get rinsed, right? Because I think you're right about that with the big spells, right? TNC, there's no pressure on them. Dream Call's your biggest spell, and if you fluff that, who cares?
Just let's jump them and kill them, and that's it. Like, just kill them.
Load of them. That means that Barracks, they're playing in a losing scenario right now, because that Aegis being up means they can't push into TNC easily, and they're losing control of where they can farm on the map. And these heroes still need a lot of gold. Right, with the Troll, with the Pangolier, there's so many items you still want to get your hands on. Especially this Crimson Guard that the Pangolier is now going towards. So is the goal here to just keep pushing out that top lane and try and force TNC back each time?
Yeah, just delay until Aegis is gone, I think. Aegis is still... They still have 1 minute on it, so... It's gonna be reclaimed soon.
Gabby has reached up to level 20. This used to be the big power spike for Phantom Assassins, but they've changed it now. Not like that anymore, right? Now you have to get level 25 for that triple dagger. You reckon that was one of the biggest nerfs they could have done to the hero?
I mean, it was a really good thing to have on level 20. Not certain on 25 it's even as good as it is on 20. On 20, if you reach it and you're ahead, you just blow up sports. But by the time you're 25 and you get it, it's not nearly as powerful. It's basically the timing is delayed quite hard. So.
Yeah, I missed the artillery build. You know the artillery builder? I'm sure you did. You must have experienced. You built Battle Furies. You throw out 3 daggers.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You just make sure you're never in the fight properly. Meanwhile, fighting the bot lane, Pangolier has been found. Guarding Greaves to get it off, but he can't move out of the range of this. He cannot use his ult either. And they're going to get ready to bash him again. No chance of a Rolling Thunder.
I expected him to... Oh, they're going to go in.
Ready for more fights, though. Yeah. Face man. Oh my god, he's
gone. He's gone.
Gabby, the big damage moving in, looking for more. The Avalanche by a little bit of time, slithering crush out on Ifrit, though. Azure toss him up on the spot, but Gabby wants to pursue for more. The Ghost Scepter just to protect himself. The bash comes out on Ifrit. They force the buyback out of the Pangolier, and they secure the tower.
Man, you're in a such bad position if you're Tiny is forced to buy an E-Blade. It's not really that great. But you know what? They're itemizing into controlling this PA, and I can definitely get behind this. It's not really your normal Tiny build, but if it deals with the one core situation of TNC, then why not buy as many E-Blades as possible, buy some forces, some halberds, whatever is necessary to just shut this PA down.
I mean, I could buy it. I can understand why he's doing it, but more so, I can buy into what Armel instantly done as soon as he saw that. He picked up a Dagon.
You wanna go and ghost yourself? All right, sir. I'm gonna Dagon your face.
Ghost yourself, I'll turn you into a ghost. That's the rules. Wait, the cookies crumble, and this big pile of rocks might crumble. That's right. He has got 2.5k HP, but as we've seen in fights, it doesn't last long. Not only hero that lacks armor against a minus armor strategy.
There's a smoke and an arcane rune that they can pick up. It looks like Enigma is not picking it up. They're leaving it to Tiny. What do you think about 150 gold per minute talent that recently... I mean, I cannot agree with this, to be honest. I mean, people are using it. It's popular right now, but... I mean, it's popular because Enigmas aren't buying Midases any longer. Like, most Enigmas in the recent weeks have not went for Midases. They went for utility builds. And when you have lads on Enigma and stuff like that, then I can completely get behind why you aren't taking 50% cooldown talent. But if you have a Midas and the BKB and Black Hole, like that 15% cooldown reduction talent, for me, I don't know, it just looks better.
I can get where you come from, but like, wouldn't the counter argument be with how quickly games end? It's better to actually get slotted out as quickly as possible. And Troll, oh my god, he's just gone. They're going to chase for more as well. The double BKB activated. Spaceman tries to split it up with the shards, but they just split him in two. And now the Dream Call Azure. He has no way out. I dare you to go Sept yourself. You just zap him down with a Dagon. Actually, hold on to it. That's a last hit stick for Armel, but he won't get it. Oh, he does actually. No. The physical damage overwhelms.
He got it, but not with the Dagon. So that Dagon, passive Dagon.
Okay, it's good in game.
Passive Dagon. What a passive Dagon this guy's.
Dude, it's a last hit stick. Okay, if you don't need it for the last hit, don't use it. It's
a very passive stick that he's carrying, indeed.
He's getting old. He just needs some way of sustaining himself. Crooked old bones, a fairy dragon, a few hundred years old. And now they're on your high ground.
Old, so his stick is passive. Anyway, they're gonna go in and onto that high ground. Try to take down the tier 3. Well, they're not really trying. They're taking it.
Hey, try, do. What's the difference if you know how to? It's gonna work out. This Gabby's just gonna linger on the high ground alone. He's got BKB available in 3 seconds. And I like the way they played that. They made sure they just had one hero forward so you can't initiate, right?
This tornado is so good as well because you can't blink. And that Rubik, you just finished the max. So I dare you to go and use that black hole, sir. Because if you do, he's gonna use one your way and it's gonna be even more stronger. It's gonna be even more powerful.
There's plenty of spells that you could spam as well, right? The Avalanche, you got the Snowball saves, the Swashbuckle. You can do a lot of work in these fights, especially if they drag out for more than a few seconds, which with these type of heroes, they could.
That rush though, look at that. Oh god.
They want to go for him, but they can't. Roshi's down already. Gabby ready to fight. He wants to move forward. Divine Favor. Divine Judgment. Who's he going to go on is the real question. The bash is coming out on Azure. Toss up in the air. Ron finder through. Does lock him in, but Gabby already going to work. BKB activate. The black hole is there under the PA alone, which means they have to deal with everyone else on the side of the fight, but they can't. Dream Call comes out. BKB still active on Cuckoo. The Ghost Scepter to protect himself. Azure is alive. They pop the Aegis, but can they find more? Chase it forward, looking on tips. The Battle Trance. There's a Storm Black Hole, though. Thrown out on the Troll Warlord, and he's stunned up. He can't really do much. He's going to try and go for this, but the crits, they're overwhelming right now. The Battle Trance runs out. Tips, he's still alive. He stole the Battle Trance. He'll live on through, but the real man, the real Troll, will not. They are running for the high hills. They might see Spaceman as well. They ping out the vision. Gabby throws out the dagger. Spaceman a little bit scared for his life. His heart beating 100 miles per hour. Not sure why hearts move like that, but I'm pretty sure if PA jumps on them, we'll see why they move like that, as he will just find his organs spread across the base. There it is. Gabby goes in. Noble comes out. Oh, jump in, Slivering Crush, locks in Enigma, stuns him up as well. BKB out, Gabby's going to go in. There's the crit. Up, be down. Going to find more here. Godlike swashbuckle away. There's the toss avalanche combo. Azu goes in the damage. It's huge. Gets rid of Cuckoo. Forces them off the high ground for the time being, but they're thinking about hanging around.
They managed to take nothing actually off of all of that. They did. Enigma did die back, but that's it. Troll didn't buy back at all. Spaceman bought back, but he didn't die. So overall, if you're TNC, you aren't super satisfied with how that went. You expected to at least take a side, take those melee racks as mid. But Barracks, they do hold, so pretty well played by them. Satanic is finished on PA.
Good old status resistance.
And there's a double damage on bottom too, so they're gonna see that. And with that DD, and when Slardar and Puck are alive, they're definitely gonna try and push.
You think between like the GPM talent and the introduction of stats resistance to more items, it makes Enigma a more favorable choice in the current meta?
GPM talent?
GPM talent plus stats resistance builds, right? Because like Satanic.
GPM talent. I just told you. I think
I
it's
know,
garbage.
like GPM or cooldown. Like you have the
That's
means,
me, though,
right?
Like there's definitely plenty of pro players that love that.
I'm talking like the flexibility of that hero in conjunction with the popularity of Satanic and Sanjin Yasha.
He's not flexible at all. This happy guy, this whole game, like he went to blink Midas BKB.
Yeah, he did, but there's different Enigmas who do different things. You just said it yourself, Liz.
He jumps in, he BKBs black holes, and then the Rubik just steals it. And then that Rubik does a better black hole than you do. Or he just forces you to go after him, because you can't just let the Rubik run around with your black hole. He's gonna destroy you. So basically that whole fight was won because that black hole was used by Enigma so early on. And then Rubik just stole it, and they had to put everyone into that hunt, and they never got him, and they just were out of position.
Like
Spaceman. Yeah, he's
Spaceman. It's all good. They have the black hole again now, though. The problem is Gabby's the only one showing. Divine Favor plus the DD caused issues. Not to mention that Alpha was just hanging around. They're going to lose these racks.
Yeah, this is not something you fight. The double damage on that PA was still theirs.
So Ifrit is missing a third of his HP from one dagger. Just a preview.
One dagger and I'm die.
And that's going to be another tower falling. Well, they'll get the disarm. That was what they needed. It buys you 3 seconds. They'll continue their work. Another tower falling. He just doesn't have to leave, right? There's nothing to force him away.
Oh, look at him. Like, look at how fast he
Right, they'll toss him back now. They want to try and make the move. There's about to try and activate everyone. Find out, but no, there's the black hole. Thrown out to Gabby. They want to get everything in. There's still a black hole. There's going to be huge Tims. He locks them all in. They're stunned on this spot. And you can try and swashbuckle away, but there's no escape from the wrath of this Rubik. Oh no, TNC. They can just rinse the base. Barracks have nothing. Even with the Enigma up in 35 seconds, that's no black hole available.
I don't think we can hold this. It's very difficult. This should be game. Tiny is gonna try and jump in with Spaceman, perhaps do something, but...
Do what? There it is. Goes in. Almost kills Chen, but not quite. Which we turn around on. Killed off. We'll buy back in. If it doesn't work once, maybe it'll work twice.
Maybe it won't work. How does that work? You just said, I don't think that logically is a correct statement.
Well,
if it doesn't work once,
it'll work the second time. There you go.
That's better. That makes some sense.
Like, no, it'll work twice because it works the second and third time. Let's see if that works out. There we go. See, it works once. Or works once on the second time. It'll work soon. He's going to TP away, but they'll just Dreamcall him up. There's no escape. They lose everyone. GG comes out. TNC will proceed to the next round in the upper bracket, while Barracks fall down into the lower bracket.
All right. So, honestly, overall, I think if Barracks had a different last bit of that, and that would have made a lot more sense. Just taking that Enigma after the Rubik has been picked made absolutely no sense, because a year ago or so Rubiks were picked versus Enigmas, and they wouldn't win the game because Enigma would go Crimson, Greaves, and just full utility. You don't even have to cast that black hole. But they didn't even do that. They didn't even play that Enigma that way. They went Midas BKB. But the thing is, if you want to have an Enigma versus Rubik cast a black hole, you need to have BKB and you need to have Lincolns. You need to have those two items. That's the only way you're going to be able to cast the black hole without it being stolen. And you saw it in this game. They were waiting for these items for Blink and BKB on Enigma, but by the time they were there, teams had a Blink, and that was enough. He blinks in, steals the black hole, turns it against them, and it's much stronger than Enigma. So overall, I think they kind of shot themselves in the leg with that Enigma pick for no real reason. Honestly, they tried to be cute to put that Enigma on position 4. It did help out the Pango a bit in the lane, but not too hard, not too. I mean, not to that extent in which Pango just dominated completely and went out of control. So I would like it's not nice of me to say this, but I would blame it all on that Enigma pick. Like if they had something else, maybe they would have had a fair shot of this game because they were playing all right. Their laning stage did not go badly, but later on they just don't have a hero, or they have a hero that actually works against them.
Yeah,
not great. Maybe pick something that does not benefit the enemy team next time.
Yeah, that's a fair way of looking at it. Or maybe just, you know, try and... No, I'm trying to find another way to look at this, but I think you're right. It's just the Enigma pick overall. It's like, it sounds harsh to just blame on that one thing, but it doesn't matter. Like, Hoppy can play the most godly Enigma game of his life. It's still... You're picking that into this lineup that has this aggression. Like, we hit on this, right? This permanent aggression from TNC. There's no real cooldowns that they're reliant around. Whereas Barracks need that godly black hole, that godly roll of thunder. You need to be playing in the right area of the map. It's just, it's so much to ask. But
yep.
That means that TNC, they win this 2-1. They'll head to the upper bracket. It looks like Genuine Gaming versus 496 Dota is still going on. I think they may be in the third. They should be in the third game. If they're not, I'm concerned. And that's already started. So we're going to get a short break, and then we should hopefully be back with TNC versus the victor in that one. Hang around. You don't want to miss it.